Did you know that this infamous H1B lottery was introduced only in 2008 because it was the first time that the demand for the H1B lottery far exceeded the supply? But wait a minute, let's start with the basics. What is the H1B lottery in the US? If you are in India or any other country outside the US, and if you've ever thought about moving to the US, then you've definitely heard about the H1B visa. And you've also probably heard about the H1B lottery. And if you haven't, it's okay, Yaar is here because in this video, I'm going to share everything you need to know about the H1B lottery in the US. Hi everyone, I'm Priya from It's Okay Yaar and welcome back to our channel. And if you're new today, It's Okay Yaar is a content platform for South Asian immigrants and we aim to educate, entertain and empower them. I'm here to share what is the H1B lottery, how does it work, what are the steps after you get selected in the lottery, what to do if you don't, and some FAQs about the H1B lottery. So let's begin. What is the H1B lottery? Before international employees can enter the United States under the H1B classification and begin work, they have to go through a lottery. But why? Because there is a lot of demand for the H1B visa. There is a limited number of visas that can be issued each year. The cap of new H1B visas to be issued each year is set to 65,000. However, if an applicant has a master's degree from a US institution, they are in luck. There are an additional 20,000 visas available for those who have a master's degree or higher. Now, how does the H1B lottery work? We'll deep dive into each step of the process, but here's a general overview of how the H1B Cap lottery works each year. The first one is the H1B electronic registration. All prospective H1B applicants must register with USCIS electronically to enter the H1B lottery. You can't do it yourself. Your employer needs to do this for you. Random selection lottery. If the number of H1B registrations received exceeds the annual cap, which it always does, a random lottery is conducted to select the registrants that will be allowed to apply for the H1B visa. The 20,000 advanced degree petitions are selected first, and then any unselected advanced degree registrations are placed in the general pool for the 65,000 cap. Submission of petitions. If a registrant is selected, employers can submit H1B petitions on behalf of their prospective employees during a designated filing period, usually beginning the first week of April each year. Processing of selected petitions. The selected petitions are then processed, and if approved, the foreign workers can obtain H1B status or begin or continue employment in the United States. How to register for the H1B Cap lottery? To register for the H1B Cap lottery, the prospective H1B employee and sponsoring employer will need to create online accounts within USCIS. If a prospective employee already has a USCIS online account, they will need to create a separate registrant account that is required for this registration process. During the registration process, the prospective H1B employee or the US employer, representative or attorney acting on their behalf must pay a $10 registration fee. Registration also includes filing in basic information about the sponsoring company as well as biographical details about the registrant. The registrant period only runs for around 14 days each year. If an applicant doesn't register, they will not be able to apply for the H1B visa. The H1B lottery registration begins on March 1st. H1B lottery selection process once the registration window closes. Here is a general overview of the H1B lottery selection process. Random selection process lottery. The demand for H1B visas often exceeds the available slots within the first few days. When the number of registrations surpasses the cap, a random lottery is conducted to select the registrants who will be able to file for their form I-129, which is the actual visa for H1B. The advanced degree cap is filed first and any unselected registrants are then placed in the general cap pool. Selection notifications. Selected registrants will receive an H1B registration selection notice. Registrants that are not selected will not be notified until the USCIS has determined that they have reached the H1B cap for the year. If you're watching it so far, please hit that like, subscribe button. Now, preparing and submitting H1B petitions. If selected, employers must submit form I-29 petition for alien workers along with supporting documents to USCIS during the filing period. Petition filing timeline. The H1B filing period typically opens on April 1st each year and employers must file petitions within the specified filing window and typically it's 90 days. Employers filing on behalf of an H1B applicant will be able to see the applicant's lottery status in their USCIS account. The account will show the lottery status as one of the following. Submitted. You have submitted your registration and it is valid. Selected. You are able to apply for an H1B visa. visa. Not selected. You were not selected to apply for an H1B visa this time. Denied. If you registered for the chance to apply for an H1B visa with the same employer multiple times, USCIS will deem all of your registrations invalidated. Failed payment. You registered but your registration payment did not go through. What if you're not selected in the H1B lottery? If you are in India or outside the US, you can either wait for another year and hopefully you will get selected then. You can try to apply for an L1 visa, which is an intra-company transfer. I've created a full video about what is an L1 visa and I will link that here in the description box. I used that visa and it was really helpful for me. If you are in the US on the F1 visa, here are some of the options that you can consider. Look for cap exempt roles. Explore day one CPT. Of course, it comes with caveats, so check that out. And try for the H1B visa again next year. Check if you're eligible for O1 visa. L1 visa is also an option, but for that you will require to move to another country for at least a year and then apply for L1 visa through the same company. We've covered all the options in much more detail in our video called Alternative Options if H1B visa is not selected. I'm linking it here and will also leave the link in the description box. Let's look at some of the FAQs related to the H1B lottery. When does the registration start each year and when will the applicants and employers know the results? The dates vary each year, but usually the registration starts on March 1st and the registration period typically runs for around 14 days. How much does it cost to register? There is a $10 registration fee per registrant. The fee is non-refundable even if you are not selected in the lottery. Do past year's H1B lottery results impact future chances to be selected in the upcoming H1B lotteries? No. If an individual is not selected during this year's H1B registration, it will not impact their chances of being selected next year. I know someone who was not repeatedly selected for a while and got selected in the last chance. If selected, where should prospective H1B applicants and their employers file their Form I-129 and other supporting documents? A selected applicant's Form I-129 must be filed at the location indicated on their H1B registration selection notice, which may be different from the past Form I-129 filing locations for H1B cases. Employers should be sure to file at the exact location indicated on the selection notice. From this year, USCIS will also start accepting online filing of the H1B visas. How long do employers have to file for Form I-129 once a prospective H1B employee is selected in the lottery? Employers must file Form I-129 and all of the required supporting documents at the filing location indicated on the selection notice during the filing window. The filing window typically starts on April 1st and is open for 90 days. What is the difference between H1B and H1B Cap? The government sets a cap on the number of H1B visas it issues each year. Currently, the cap is 65,000 visas per fiscal year with 20,000 additional visas available for those who have a master's degree or higher. This month, we are creating a ton of content on the H1B visa. So please like and subscribe if you haven't already and you've watched this video so far. We've already created how to ask for H1B sponsorship, all about the H1B visa in the US. We will link our playlist here. You can check those videos too. And if you don't want to miss out on any such information, please hit that subscribe button. And if this video was helpful, please hit that like button too and leave a comment. We would love to hear from you. That's it for today. And remember, if things are not going your way, it's okay, Yaar, because they will eventually turn around. Until next time, have a wonderful day.